This is the first episode of Coach's Corner for the 2019-2020 season. Here for my first guest today, I have Coach Johnk, the head football coach for the Crane Prep football team. How are you doing today?
Doing well, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So today we're just going to ask you a few questions about the preseason, how everything's going so far.
Sure.
So you came into this football program just in the last few years. How do you think the team has improved since you've been here?
Well, I think there's some areas off the field that we've improved a great deal in terms of just discipline and accountability and some of the things that it takes to be a successful program for a long time. Those are some things that we addressed when I first got here, and this team has really probably shown that sense of improvement in that area more than any team that I've had so far here. They've really bought into everything that we wanted to do. They're really good group of kids, practice hard, and really care a lot about each other.
Stay on him. See how he pushed you?
How are you adjusting to coaching at Prep so far this season?
Oh, it's been an easy transition for me. I've done this for a long time. I've been coaching for 27 years, so this is really a dream job for me. This is an opportunity that not very many people get. You look at the history of this program, and there's not very many. They haven't had very many head coaches over the last 100 years, and so my adjustment has been really very seamless. It helps when you have good people that you have on your coaching staff. That makes it much easier because you can you're confident enough to delegate some things to guys, and you know that it's going to get done. So the transition's been really very easy.
That is good. How do you think the team will do this year?
We're a very young, inexperienced football team. I think we're very talented, but we have a lot of guys that have never played a lot of varsity football. I think with our schedule, which is probably, people can say what they want, but I think we have the toughest schedule in Class A football. If you look at, how tough our district is, we were the only district last year that had 4 out of the 6 teams that qualified for the state playoffs. It'll happen again this year. There will not be another district that'll qualify more than 2. And so you look at preseason rankings. I know we have 4 of the top 10 in our district, and then we have, we open with North, who's obviously traditionally very good. Millard North is very good, year in and year out, and so we play an extremely tough schedule, which again doesn't necessarily bode well for a young football team. But I think the first 3-4 games in the non-district for us is going to be really critical to really get our guys' feet wet and get them experience.
How do you think the blue-white game is going to go on Friday?
Yeah, the blue-white game is one of those scrimmages that you try to make it as game-like as possible as you can. We'll limit some things in terms of what we do on both sides of the ball just because of scouting and those kinds of things. We don't want to necessarily tip our hand to some people that are maybe in the stands for the first week, So, but I think it'll go well. I think our kids will compete well, and my goal is to get some really quality game type situations and try to get out of there without having a major injury.
All right. And the one final question that I have, saying that Reed Burke has now transferred to Burke High School, how do you think John Caniglio is going to step in as quarterback? Well,
John Caniglio is, for me, in terms of quarterback, is everything I want in terms of all the intangibles. I mean, he's a great leader. Guys love him. They'll play hard for him, and he has done an unbelievable job of just embracing that opportunity and that role. And he's come a million miles in the last 2 years as a quarterback, and a lot of that has to do with just him and his mindset and his work ethic and the things that he's wanted to do. And so, I think John is going to do a tremendous job of leading our football team on offense.
All right. Thank you.
You bet. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. This is the first episode of Coach's Corner for the 2019-2020 sports season.